Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on yard machines with a 140cc engine on it. It don't want to start, so we're going to check it out, see if we can't get it running. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, we'll go ahead and... Oh, geez. Well, that filter is packed full of dirt. Holy cow. Take these nuts off here. These are 10 millimeter. And I'm going to go ahead and take the gas tank off too. We're going to drain it, blow it out, make sure ain't no debris or water in it. So we got to take this recoil off. And then we're also 10 millimeter nuts. Pop the recoil off. And we just lift this, and the whole gas tank and everything comes off. Go ahead and take that hose clamp off. The gas tank here. Yeah, be careful so you don't break it. It's plastic. And right in here, there's like a little filter in here. I'll show you here. Kind of crazy, but it's not plugged up because gas is going through. But if you ever come across one of these where it's not draining gas out of the tank, there's like a little screen filter here, and there's actually a bunch of debris on it. So you take your air hose, you blow on this side, and it'll blow all that out. I'll go. So if you ever run across one of these where gas ain't coming out of the tank, this screen filter is plugged up. So I blew in that hole in the end, and it's nice and clean now. But I just wanted to show you that because I'm gonna go drain the gas in the bucket now anyway. So now we can go ahead and take this air filter base off. There's a vent tube we gotta pull off. And then we got your primer hose. Pull off, and I'm gonna go ahead and clean all that debris and everything off that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this gasket off. I'll just pull this out a little bit. Unhook the governor rod, and unhook the spring. And before I tear this apart, I'm gonna clean it up really good. And I'm gonna take the hose off here, and we'll check the inside of the carburetor out, see what it looks like. Okay, let's go ahead and take this bowl off this carburetor. It's a 10 millimeter. It actually looks really clean. There's old gas in there. It's yellow. That means they're using ethanol. And we're going to go ahead and take this pilot jet out right here. Your idler screw, kind of see on this side here how far it's sticking out. So when we put it back in, you kind of get an idea where it was. We'll take that out there, and they're like pressed in there, and they have like a little O-ring on there, and they have a little lip right here. So just pop it out right there. And there's a hole here and a hole here, and there's like a little jet right there. You use like a little piece of wire to make sure that jet is nice and clean. I just use a little piece of wire like this, take one of the strands off, and just stick it in there. And you can see the wire going through that hole there. That's why you know it's nice and clean. And spray a little bit of carburetor cleaner in there. Doesn't get any debris out of there. Then go and take your air hose and gently clean it out. And on your carburetor here, your main jet is right down in here. Take your carburetor cleaner, stick it in the hole of that jet. And you can see the carburetor cleaners shoot up in the venturi of the carburetor. So you know that's nice and clean. So I think, you know, I don't think this thing needs boiled out. I'm just going to kind of clean it really good. Blow it off. And kind of clean out this bowl a little bit. And blow that off. And I believe we put this together, it's going to run. It had old gas in it, but it wasn't really that old. Just get to that point. And it wasn't leaking gas through the carburetor, so we know the needle is in good shape. And line that up and make sure that pin's pretty much equal on each side. And this drain bolt, kind of have that opposite and out to the front a little bit so it's easy to get to. You know, drain the gas for the winter time or whatever. Go ahead and snug that up. And this pilot jet, it's kind of like longer on one side and shorter on the other. Well, it goes right in here. So have it parallel with the carburetor. Push it down until it locks. And we'll just screw that in until it sticks out like it was when we first started. I believe it's kind of like right about right there where it was, but we can, if it runs too low, we can always turn it up a little bit. So we can go ahead and put that back on the engine. Okay. Oh, Stick that on there. Make sure your gasket ain't tore nothing on your intake. Don't put it on all the way till that rod lines up. And there's a little hole right here where we put the spring in. And just kind of bend it up a little bit so it don't fall off. Get that pushed down there like that. Make sure nothing's binding up. Go ahead and put our gasket on there. And before you go any farther, I'm just going to go ahead and change that spark plug. It's a lot easier with that top off. I suspect it's going to be kind of burning kind of rich the way the air filter, how dirty it was. We'll know for sure here in a second. It's kind of twisted off. It has that rubber boot on there. Before I take it off too far, there's a little bit of dirt around the spark plug. So I kind of want to blow that out so none of that dirt goes in the cylinder. You don't want no debris going down in there. It has one of them generic plugs in there. It actually ain't burning too terribly bad. A little bit rich. But I like using the NGKs. The BPR 5ES. Make sure it's gapped between 33 and 35. Okay, I blew out the tank. I drained it, blew it out, put that inline filter in there, and got it all nice and clean. There was a little bit of water in there. There's bubbles in there, so I'll go ahead and put that on. Get it on there, press down all the way. Grab the pliers and put the clamp on. I'm going to keep this out of the way a little bit because we want to hook up that primer line. And that vent tube goes right here, and the primer line goes on that little nipple right here. And kind of line this up. That vent tube goes in there. Then just take your needle nose pliers and just make sure that vent tube is pushed down there all the way, because you don't want no air going in there without going through the filter first. Go ahead and start these nuts on here. I'm not going to tighten them right now, and go ahead and line up the gas tank and go ahead and put our recoil back on. There's 3 bolts hold all this on. And we'll go ahead and tighten these up. Like I showed you before, this is all packed and everything. You know, you can blow these out, but I'm not gonna waste my time. Rotary has these filters. They're pretty cheap through Rotary. Their number's a 19-15448. And it looks so much better. Just put it around that ring there. We'll grab the cap, lock it in position. Let's go to the other side. I want to check the oil on this. And these here, if it's dirty oil and you have to change it, it's 1030. Or if it's low, 1030. And that is kind of black. I'm just going to go ahead and change it. I'm going to go ahead and put a little block on the other side over here. So all the oil goes to that side over there, and I'm going to get my oil suction. There is a drain plug right here. It's 10 millimeter, but it seems like when I do it, it makes such a big mess. And we have the other side tilted up a little bit. All the oil runs to this side here. And then we put new oil in. It's going to take about a half a quart. And like I said, it says, it's kind of faded out, but it says 1030 right there on the side. These are a cheap motor, but you know, if you take care of them, make sure the air filters nice and clean, change oil regular and everything, you know, they'll last a long time. You just gotta take care of them. Should we get all that oil out of there? I'll take that block out. All I use is a scrap piece of 2x4, just stick it on the edge and tilt it up. Don't need nothing fancy for that. And grab some 1030 oil here. And I'll go ahead and put that in. You don't need to watch me put that in, but I'll put that in. We're going to put some fresh gas in there. And I'll take it off the table. We'll see if we can get it running. Okay, we got gas in it. Push primer like 3 to 5 times, whatever it says on it. See what happens. Well, there you go. Runs like new again. Anyways, appreciate you watching the video. Hope you liked it. You have a good afternoon. Bye.